You probably need to host more. And not just you, but everyone. I truly believe that hosting is a skill and an art that benefits us in a multitude of ways. It's an intention that I have for myself in 2026. I'm going to share my journey of hosting more, and I hope that inspires you to do it more for yourself. So, hosting really touches on multiple dimensions of our well being, both from an individual standpoint as well as a community, society well being. And when I say hosting, this means organizing gatherings or get togethers, hangouts with people. It doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be a giant soiree. It could be a simple gathering with 3 other people that you have over to your home or out at a park. I really truly believe that it can be simple. It doesn't have to be something that you overcomplicate. And it can still give you those benefits of well-being for yourself as well as for the larger community. When I talk about why hosting is good for us from an individual perspective, it touches on so many things. It touches on our relational well-being. Obviously, hosting something brings people together and builds those relationships and those connections with others, whether or not they are people that are strangers that you're just getting to know or pre-existing friends. It also helps build our communication skills because we have to reach out to others and tell them about our invitation to gather. We may have to send updates and keep them apprised of details or logistics. We also learn vulnerability because we are extending an offer that people may or may not accept, which is quite vulnerable for most of us. So we're learning to feel that vulnerability, which I believe really builds our resilience. Hosting also practices our organization skills. If you are organizing something like a big party, it teaches you to organize all the details and timing of things. If you're working with vendors or outside parties, just making sure they are up to date on all the details and they know what they're supposed to do. But even if you're having a small gathering at your house, you're probably going to think about things like making sure certain things are in order. You may want to do some organizing of your home or cleaning. Although I will argue that we shouldn't put the barriers to hosting so high for ourselves. We should keep it as easy, simple, and do it in a way where you don't have to overthink it, which I know for me, if I am given any opportunity to overthink, I will take it. So I will share an example with you in just a minute around how I simplified the process of hosting something, and you can steal part of it for yourself. So in general, I really believe that hosting is really positive for our individual well-being. And on a larger societal community level, hosting is so good for us. Gathering and getting people together is paramount to our democracy and to feeling like we really trust our communities and our neighborhoods. The more we have opportunities to interact and mix and mingle with people from all different backgrounds, communities, different networks, the better it is for society as a whole, because then we will trust our neighbor, trust our communities more. We will trust that other people are relatable and just like us. One of the people I look up to, Priya Parker, she wrote this amazing book called The Art of Gathering, which I highly recommend. The less we get together with people in real life, the more we start to distrust our neighbors, the more we distrust our institutions, and overall, it's just really not good for society to be gathering less. Gathering is what we've always done as a human species, and it's something that we need to continue to do, even though it's easy to sit in our homes with Netflix and to order DoorDash and to talk to people on social media. It's just really important that we don't forget that getting together with people in real life is super, super important. And you might be thinking, if you're watching this, that you can simply be someone that attends other people's gatherings, which is also really important. But I am going to encourage you to host something. And like I said, it doesn't have to be anything complicated. It can be simply telling 4 friends or someone you just met in your neighborhood, hey, I'm going to have a small gathering in the park on Saturday at 11 a.m. Bring a snack to share. We're going to play some games or not, and we're just going to hang out. You don't have to worry about getting your place clean. You don't have to worry about finding a venue. You can just go to a public space like a park and set up right there. I recently had a few girls over to my house. I'm in this group chat with a bunch of other ladies that my good friend started organizing. Every second Sunday, we get together for food and or to discuss a book, podcast, or an article that we've consumed. It's a great regular way to get together with some girls. It's anywhere between 5 to 12 of us when we get together. This particular Sunday, this last week, it was the Super Bowl. And so we decided that after a lot of back and forth that we should push the regular second Sunday gathering to next week and make it a Galentine's Day hangout instead. But I thought, hey, actually, does anyone just want to come over to mine and have some food for brunch before you go off to your Super Bowl events? I have been experimenting with different ingredients to make Chinese congee / juk / porridge. And it's almost easier to just make a big pot of it because it's lots of grains and beans, legumes, and it's easier to just get it all into a big pot and make a good amount of it rather than just like a pinch of a little everything. So I said, come over from 10 to 12 and have some porridge. Come as you are, drop in whenever makes sense for you. About 6 girls ended up coming over that day, and we hung out for close to 4 hours. All the girls brought something to share as well, so we were just munching on different things all throughout that time together. And it was so lovely. It took me no time to make this porridge. I would have made it for myself anyway. I did a little bit of cleaning and organizing, but really I kept it really, really simple. And it was so wonderful. I felt so full and nourished, not only from the food, but from spending time with my girlfriends. So why I think it's so important for you to host and not just be an attendee is because, one, it teaches you all those individual well-being things that I talked about, building your resilience, practicing your vulnerability, your communication skills, your organization skills, all of that. I think it's really important for others to see you in the mode of hosting. When you host, you are the bridge for all these people that are coming together, right? At times, you might be the one common denominator for the people that are coming to your gathering. If people don't know each other and they just know you, you are that glue. But beautiful things come of that, right? People will meet and become friends with each other. They will make connections they otherwise would not have through you. And that's such a beautiful, special thing. I myself love it when people I know from different worlds come together and they meet, become friends, and maybe form their own relationship outside of me. It's really special and wonderful when that happens. The thing is, as someone who enjoys hosting and likes to host, I also want to get to know my friends and their worlds and their connections outside of the one I have with them. If I only know my friend on a one-on-one basis, or if I only know her or him when I invite them to my gatherings, that's a very limited view that I have of them. I don't get to know them through their high school friend or their work colleague or a friend from another network. I get to know my friend so much better when I also get to know the people in their life as well. If that friend knows those dimensions of me, I want to know those dimensions of them as well. You are doing a big disservice to the people in your life if you don't host something. If you are not bringing people together from all your different worlds, you are not allowing for that opportunity for people to know you in a different way, to know you through others, to see that side of you that comes out around different groups of people. It's really special when you allow others into that world. So in conclusion, hosting is not only good for your individual well-being, it's also good for democracy and society at large. And it also benefits your friends and your community because not only are they meeting others through you and building their network and their connections in a way that they wouldn't have if they didn't attend your gathering, but they also get to see you and get to know you in a way where they otherwise wouldn't have. They get to see all the other connections in your life. They get to see the other people who have shaped you and influenced you. And it's really special when you get to know those dimensions of others. So I am going to be hosting more this year, whether it's with friends that I have already existing, or whether it's with people in my neighborhood and people that I have not met yet, which is a little vulnerable and scary. But I'm excited to exercise that muscle and to take you along on the journey with me. I can't wait to share this journey with you. Let me know if anything inspired you in this video to start hosting more for yourself. And tell me, what are your best tips for hosting?